Are you looking for a stronger and more supported lower back? This simple exercise helps build deep core strength for a steadiness you can rely on every day. Okay, friends, today we're exploring and playing with an exercise that may be familiar to you, but it's helpful to create a strong and stable low back. It's really working a lot of our posterior chain, or a lot of the muscles on the back of our body, to help create that strength also from the backside. So this may be familiar to you, and I want to give you a couple little extra hints that can really be a game changer in strengthening some of these tiny muscles around the sacroiliac joint and those deeper muscles in the glutes as well. So this one is done on our hands and knees. So I invite you to come onto your hands and knees. If your wrists feel too precarious here, you could come onto your fists or place a little towel under your wrist to build them up a little bit. Make sure that your hips are right under your knees and your hands are right under your shoulders. That'll help stabilize you. And you might want to just do a couple wiggles here to kind of get your bearings and feel where you can be really in what's called a neutral pelvis. So we don't want too much of a curve in our back, and we don't want to let all of our organs hang forward towards the floor. So find that support where you feel that you have a little bit of support and you're engaging those deeper core muscles already. The first thing we're going to do is feel that length from the crown of the head out through your pelvis, or those kind of butt bones, sits bones they're called, out the other direction. So we're already establishing a long, lengthening line of the spine. Then we're going to slowly extend one leg along the floor. Now, I know where you're thinking, we're going up. That's exactly where we're going. However, before we do that, I want you to imagine somebody grabs your toes or your ankle and gives that whole leg a reach out along the floor. So your leg is skimming the floor another 2 inches. You feel that support in the core, and then slowly float that leg up towards the ceiling and bring it back down. Here we go again. Find the length out the crown of the head. Someone's grabbing your tippy toes and pulling the other direction. You feel that core lifting up, and slowly float the leg up towards the ceiling. Now you could stay here and do little tiny pulses, but what I don't want to see is this, right? Where you're crunching in your lower back and you're compressing all of those lower back joints. We really want to keep it so tiny that it's almost imperceptible to the person when they're like, really, are you doing anything? But you're really finding the length, the length, the length. Now, if you want to get a little fancier and a little bit more challenge to your whole core, meaning from your shoulders to your hips, you can add the opposite arm. So same idea, lengthen through the leg, lengthen through the crown of the head. Find the reach along the floor first before the leg lifts up, then add the arm away from it. Find your balance here. Extra cherry on top here is to open the arm and leg out to the sides and then bring it back in line with your spine. Open out to the sides, bring it back in line. Let's try one more. Open to the sides, bring it back in line, get a little longer here, and then slowly bring the arm and leg down. Whew, okay, that one did me in. Make sure that you do that also on the other side, so you'll even out your sides, and then maybe get up and walk around and notice if you feel a little bit more strength in that sacroiliac joint, or maybe in your glutes or your hamstrings, the back side of your legs as well. Thanks for joining me today.